Alrighty, Jira fam. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your boy Zero Cool hosting another great AMA. It's actually a special one, and it's near and dear to the Jira family because it's actually a Genesis holder. And one of the added benefits of like being a Jira's holder, a Genesis holder, is that you're able to come out here and you can get a platform and really get your project out to the masses. And this is actually a really great project. They've actually had a season one Heartbreak Bear sold out and everything like that, and they're about to be launching their season two. And we've got Revelation here to talk to us about it and tell us all the good stuff. If you want to go ahead and just kind of give us an intro and let us know like what's going on with the season two, why it's different than season one, and all the good juicy alpha, go ahead, man. It's a pleasure to have you
All
here.
right. Thank you so much for that, Zero. Yeah. So hi, I'm Revelation, or you can call me Eugene. I'm from Singapore. In fact, my whole team is from Singapore, except for our developer, who's based in Australia. Yeah. So I think just a little run through about our project. We actually launched our Discord, somewhere around October last year. It was about 2 months later, around December. I would say somewhere around when Godzilla was launched as well. That we launched our first collection. Our first collection is we're called Heartbreak Bears, so it's a collection of like teddy bears, in different forms. And we initially launched with a collection size of 1888 and a min price of 0.03. The truth is that it took us quite a while before we actually, mint out. Um, it was, I think, only near end of January that we actually minted out with the help of the Gojira fam, um, but primarily in the Black Pyramid group. So for Fonzie, Lou, and L, and Knut, they were the ones that helped us to mint out. They did a shout out for us, and then we minted out. And right now we are moving towards our season two. I think just a little bit information about what we have currently and then moving forward. So one of the things that we have done in the past was actually before our even before our season one launch, we actually were looking at sandbox and stuff like that. So we started exploring and actually you know, started to build our kind of like our metaverse. So I actually dropped the link in the voice chat. So we have a world that is it's built for the bears, and we're actually integrating projects. So initially we couldn't afford the land, because we couldn't mint out. But I think from after minting out and actually certain collaborations with other project, we eventually acquired um four sandbox plot. And this is something that we do hope that in the future, when sandbox is ready, our community will get to actually play. So right now, Genesis holders would actually receive a free claim once sandbox is ready. But I think the most important, and I would say the most exciting aspect of what we have right now, is actually something called the scavenger hunt. So in the current situation right now, our scavenger hunt is actually on Ethereum, but we have it already available on Polygon. It's just that it's not officially announced to our community to let them port over. But what essentially is being done in the scavenger hunt game would be, we have different islands. So we have like certain basic islands like Training Ground, and then our grand prize island is called Death Treasure. So each island would have different form of rewards, ranging from our native tokens, Heartbreak coins. Yeah, so we've got staking. We've got Heartbreak coins as rewards. We've got whitelist as rewards, Ethereum, and even NFTs as rewards. So just for example, one of our first grand prize that we released was actually a Adidas NFT, and one of our community members actually managed to send his bears on hunt by burning the Heartbreak coins, and he actually won the NFT. And we've got other NFTs going on as well, like Dreamland Genesis and Nice Fun Zombie, a Singapore kind of like Singapore-based project. So we use that as a way to collaborate with other communities. Right now, the grand prize is actually a Kaiju King, but a lot of people are holding off because they are pretty excited for the Polygon. So one thing that we had an issue with the Ethereum side is that gas is costly. You gotta stake, you gotta claim your tokens, you gotta send the bear on hunt, you gotta end the hunt. So right now with the Polygon, it's something that was developed by our developer Joseph. So basically, what you do is you send your bear through a portal, which is kind of like a staking contract. It costs minimal in terms of Ethereum gas, and once we're over there, you get to stake your bear, and you get to send your bears on hunt on the Polygon network. And yeah, this is what we have right now. And moving forward into our Gen 2, which is we're releasing it on the 5th of May. So for those that are holders, like the Genesis Gojiras, you guys are all whitelisted. So I'll be
Oh,
getting the
nice.
yeah, man.
Love to
You guys
hear it.
yeah. So I'll be getting the whole list. So you guys don't even need to actually submit. But there's some people that have already submitted, so that's fine as well. And we are actually allocating quite a substantial amount for the Gen 2. So they're receiving, we'll be giving out 200 whitelists for the Gen 2 fam. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, one of the exciting things that we've got upcoming, right? It's our second gen. And with this second gen, we are trying to adopt something similar to Gojira. So instead of it being inflationary, we are actually doing the burning mechanism that was from Gojira. So this was kind of, advised by Shan as well and Jamie. So they've been very awesome, advising us on a couple of things, in terms of our min price, our collections and stuff like that. So our collection will start out at 6699, and then we have the burning mechanism of burning 3 bears to get a Revenger bear. So it's like an upgraded bear, which like similar to Gojira side, there's the um, increase in the token yield through staking. So eventually our supply will be reduced to about 2,235. So I think it's definitely ideal for us in terms of what we have for our community, because the truth is that our community is pretty small. We're at like 7K Discord, and we're not hype or like being shouted out everywhere. But I think for our own community, we definitely have a group of believers and holders that have been with us since the beginning of our Discord. Yeah. But yeah, moving on to the scavenger hunt, or moving back to scavenger hunt, right? We've got something that it's pretty focused towards Gojira. So let me drop some information in the voice chat. Yep. So first up, what we have is actually a Gojira Island. So this is something that was also advised by Shan and Jamie as well. I think we wanted to kind of like see how we can integrate our project together with Gojira, and in fact this is something I would say similar to what Chubby Jira or even Latest Jira have, but it's played in a different manner. So right now, in our combined vault with my own Gojira Gen 2 and Gen 1, we have a total of 1 Gen 1 and 9 Gen 2 Gojiras. So right now we are yielding tokens, and then the whole idea is that we want to give back to our community and allow them an access to the Gojira ecosystem. So we would be creating a Gojira island, and I think we are definitely looking to implement this island even before our Gen 2 launch. So probably in the next couple of days, our holders will start to will have the opportunity to hunt for actually a Gojira Gen 2 NFT, or even Gojira tokens, and even things from the Gojira ecosystem. So for example, the box that's upcoming, right? That will be available for our holders to actually hunt. And I think this is something that would be more skewed to our existing holders. But I think the exciting thing that's available for all Gojira holders, right, is this. I'm going to drop it right now. Yeah. Okay. So this is something that it's applied towards the holders of Gojira, mainly the ones holding the staking pass. So right now, we are actually developing something called the Gojira Game Master Island. So what essentially happens is that anyone that's holding Heartbreak Bear and also Gojira staking pass can actually be a game master. So what he does is that there will be a bidding process. So let's say, me and Zero Cool, I'm gonna bid 0.5 ETH as the reward. Zero Cool is gonna bid 0.8 ETH as the reward. So, no one outbids Zero Cool, and then he gets to be the game master. So the game would run for 7 days. And what happens is that for the game master, for every day that the reward is not found, he would receive the total tokens, the total Jira tokens that we are currently having staked in our vault.
That's
So right
really
now we have
interesting.
nine.
It
Yeah,
sounds like a lot
man.
of fun. It's a cool concept. It's definitely. Have you seen this in any other projects, something like this, or is this kind of like new for Heartbreak?
It's new for us, and I believe it's the first in the market. I would say. I think especially on Ethereum network. Yeah. So there are different scenarios where we can play out, right? Let's say for the seventh day, for 7 days, let's say by the third day someone finds the reward, Zero Cool would receive three times our daily token yield. So that means you're going to receive 150 Jira tokens. But the exciting part comes when it's after 7 days, and if no one finds that reward, you would receive 7 times 50, which is 350 Jira tokens, and you get to keep back your reward. So I think this is a game of risk to reward. It's something pretty exciting that I think there will be definitely many Jira holders that wouldn't mind trying to take on this this deal, I would say.
Yeah,
Yep. So
absolutely. It's like it's really cool. It's like I really like when these projects are kind of use tokens within other ecosystems, and it kind of like brings more, it's like an almost like an umbrella of like Gajira's up here, and then you have Heartbreak doing all this stuff, and like all these other projects, and then it's like I think it's really cool, and it's like really healthy for the space, and it makes Gajira stronger, and it makes you guys stronger, and it's really cool. So I love this idea. It sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah, we wanted to do it this way so that it benefits the Gojira holders, but also it also keeps our own ecosystem healthy as well. Because if we Heartbreak Bear are always constantly providing the rewards in all the scavenger hunt, it's gonna burn up our funding quickly. But I think through this manner, it's another way for our holders to receive more things. So it could be more than just Ethereum, right? It could be a certain NFT for reward. It could be, let's say, a baby Kaiju King or something that's worth like 1.5 ETH. But if you're lucky enough, after 7 days, you get to receive all that Jira tokens, which is worth 3,500 USD. And definitely it would be higher because we are allocating an additional about 30% of our funding from our second gen mint towards the um towards buying more Gojira Gen 2 and keeping the ecosystem alive.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So no, it's in terms of what we have for scavenger hunt, I think it's a matter of bringing more utility towards not just our own project but other projects as well. So this could be definitely applied to, let's say, Dreamland Genesis. I've met the founder in Singapore as well. Pretty cool guy. So I've proposed to him, and it's something that we'll definitely be working out post our Gen 2 mint. And yeah, we are definitely excited to bring all this on board and to bring value to other projects in the long run. And I'll be dropping kind of like an update or like a information of like the whole ecosystem of what we have. But um in terms of the artwork, let me drop some images as well. I think you guys should find it pretty cool. Um, Let me see.
Cool. I got the scavenger hunt update PDF up on the screen right here, so that people can see it
Oh,
on the recording.
all right.
Are you gonna
Thank
kind
you
of
so
walk
much.
through the scavenger hunt and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Cool.
this will be pretty important because it's the utility or like the differentiating points of our Gen 1 bear and Gen 2 bear, right? So right now the gameplay mechanics is like this in the current ecosystem where it's advisable for you to hold two bears. So one bear would be like your token generator. So he's the one that's being staked and then generating tokens on a daily basis. The other bear is for you to send on a hunt. This is applied to our Genesis collection. So one bear is a generator, the other bear is the hunter. So in this manner, you can definitely play in different strategies. Of course, if you have more bears, right, you get to send more bears on hunt, but you got to balance out in terms of how much tokens you can yield per day, and then how you hunt, how you send different bears to different islands, because each bears would cost. Oh, sorry, each island would cost differently because it's a matter of the rewards. So, in the slide 4, you can see that we have the risky frisky island, which costs, let's say, 15 heartbreak coins. It costs 24 hours, and then the highest reward you can get is actually a Dreamland Genesis NFT. And comparing it to the Death Island, the cost is double. Time wise, is like 1.5, but you actually get to have a chance to win a Kaiju King's baby NFT.
Cool.
Yep. And moving on, we are definitely working on a couple more islands coming up. So we have the Gojira Island, the Gojira Game Master Island. We'll also have something called a Rumble Island. So I think in theory, it's kind of similar to Gojira's what's that? The Gojira, like the whitelist bid, or no, the whitelist raffle. So we'll be allowing, let's say, 50 holders to participate in the Rumble, and then one of them would be a winner. It could be applied in a sense where they're all going to receive the tokens, or they could they could be receiving all the tokens from the ones that have participated in the Rumble, or it could be towards a reward. Yep. So collaboration island is where we feature certain projects that we've worked with. It could be on a short-term collaboration where they get to hunt their NFT or even whitelist.
Do you have any people that are already in mind that are going to be with the collaboration island?
So right now, it's pretty much with smaller projects, but post mint we'll definitely try to work it out with bigger projects. So hopefully that would give us as we move forward, it will give us more traction in terms of bargaining bargaining for certain kind of rewards. So in a sense, it's like a form of advertisement towards our community as well, because we'll feature their project there in our scavenger hunt.
Awesome.
Yep. So previously I mentioned so in other AMAs, people have been asking me like, so that we have the Gojira Game Master Island. What about Heartbreak Bear? So we do have that as well. The mechanics is a little bit different. We have the bidding process, but what the holder or the game master gets to earn is the total number of Heartbreak coins sent or being spent on the hunt. So instead of our daily yield, is let's say you're putting up something that's pretty um pretty valuable, let's say 1 Ethereum. So more people will be excited or like willing to spend their Heartbreak coins to participate in the island. And similar, let's say if nobody finds the price, he gets to keep back his Ethereum, while he gets all the tokens that has been spent on his game. So let's say he received 500 tokens, and right now 1 Bitcoin is worth 1 Bitcoin. There isn't any LP established as of now, but a lot of people have been asking me as well, like, so I've got like 500 Bitcoins, right? What's the good use of it? So I think a lot of people cannot visualize the strategic part, but I think that's where you get to use the hybrid coin to send your bears on the Gojira Island to have a chance to win a Gen 2 Gojira. So with 500 hybrid coins, you get to send like a lot of times into the different islands. And if you have five, let's say you have 5 bears or 10 bears, you get to send them all at one shot.
So when you say like you have a chance to win it, like what does that exactly mean? Just to be more specific
So
with everyone.
Yeah. So on the Gojira Island, we will be putting up our Gen 2 Gojiras on kind of like a, every 3 weeks or even 1 month for a Gen 2 Gojira to be won. So it's based on RNG, right? Um, there is a chance for holders who have participated in that particular island to win the Gen 2 Gojira NFT.
Okay, cool. That's great.
Yep. And yeah, for Gojira Game Master, I already ran through. The Rumba Island, I did briefly touch upon it. Yep. So here comes the update, right? When we are moving over to the season 2 update, all the Genesis Heartbreak Bear, they would have a upgraded ability in a sense. So they get to stake. When they stake their bears, they would actually still be able to hunt. So it's kind of like passive you. So while you're hunting, you're still receiving tokens on a daily basis. But the Gen 2 bears, they would still have to stake in order to receive tokens. So there's kind of a lot of gameplay mechanics where
Hmm.
it's being applied, right? So let's
So
say if you,
yeah, so
yep,
if you can you buy the Heartbreak tokens to participate in this stuff, or is it the only way to get it is to yield this from the staking?
yeah, right now it's only through yielding, but
Right.
you know, we are not that I wouldn't say interested, we're not we're still trying to make sure that the whole economics makes sense before, we'll love to see a LP established, because that could cause a whole, establishing an LP and making it sustainable is something that's tricky. But once we are able to iron it out, we hope that there would be holders from holders of Heartbreak Bear actually establishing the LP for us in the future. And we also understand that we shouldn't be the ones doing it. And we do hope that the day comes by. But maybe we could be doing something within our own Discord for people to trade tokens. So it's up to them on how they can negotiate. But again, it's pretty, risky, and we'll try to avoid that as much as possible.
Gotcha.
So the Gen 2 yield about 1.5 hundred coins a day. And like for example, one strategy that we have, a simple strategy is that if you're owning a Genesis bear, right, they should be your hunters. They should be the ones being sent on hunt on a daily basis, because they get to yield and hunt at the same time. And the Gen 2 bears should be the ones that are being staked. And with the burning mechanism, if you own 3 Gen 2 Heartbreak Bears, when you burn them, you get to yield 9 Heartbreak coins a day whilst being staked. So it's kind of like a double up in terms of um the token yield. And yeah, so a lot of people don't see the kind of like the value of what the Genesis Heartbreak Bear is at this point. But I think once the whole game is established, or like, when we launch the Gojira Island, I think that's where people can see that the Genesis would be the ones to prove the most value in the long run.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was curious to kind of what the biggest benefits of why you'd want to have a Genesis and then have Gen 2s. So that kind of clears a little bit of that up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how we kind of like iron out the whole gameplay mechanics. And yeah, with what we have on Scavenger Hunt, in fact, what would happen for the Gojira staking pass holder is that you guys would be able to kind of use your staking pass to send on hunt. So when you're hunting, you do not need to transfer your NFT. It's not being staked, but they can represent the hunter while you own, let's say, some Gen 2 uh, Gen 2 bears, and you can actually stake all your Gen 2 bears and use the Gojira staking pass as the hunter. So that is like additional manpower in terms of the hunting scene. So this would be something that we will be having post min as well for the Gojira fam. Yep. And the last thing is that we are definitely trying to make sure that this whole scavenger hunt can be something that's widely accepted. So, for example, we could be actually accepting Jira tokens, or even, let's say, Banana tokens, or any other project's tokens that we collaborate with. to allow these tokens to be spent on the hunt instead of just heartbreak coins. So this definitely widens the entire scope of scavenger hunt itself, and I think would be something that's interesting for our project and for other projects as well.
Absolutely. It expands your reach to other different projects and also brings them in, and it kind of goes along the lines of, not just Heartbreak Bears. It's just kind of like a thing good for the entire space, because other people can participate and be involved using different tokens. And I really like to hear that. That's a good thing. It's very healthy for the space.
Yeah, we do hope that more projects can see the value in it, and that can actually also help us to maintain the ecosystem. Let's say a project could be the one putting up a reward. For example, if Sean would love to to be the first game master, right? He could put something pretty enticing to the island, and then everyone can have a chance to hunt for it, and then while he's yielding Jira tokens on our end as well. So that is something that we're pretty excited for,
Right?
not just for the Jira fam, but the holders of Heartbreak Bear as well.
Very cool. Does having more bears maximize your chances of winning? Does it basically give you kind of more entries into a raffle?
Yeah, basically, the more bears you have, you know, you get to send them on more hunts, so it increase your odds, but the odds per for every bear is the same. So this way it's at least fair to those that own lesser bears, so they can send their bears on lesser hunt, but when their bears are hunting, the odds are the same.
Can
So we
your
try
bears
to.
can your bears be included in different events, or can they only join one event at a time?
Yep, so one bear can only hunt can hunt at one island at a single time. But let's say if you have three bears, you can send all three bears to one island, or you can send three bears to different island at any time.
Cool. And question though, I like to ask them, questions during the thing instead of waiting to the very end, so I don't forget. I want to make sure everyone gets their answers in. So the NFT, like, the whole NFT reward thing, like, how is that done? Is it like you put it into like escrow, you kind of like put it somewhere, and then, like, how does that exactly work?
So for Heartbreak coins, it will be deposited into your wallet immediately, while the and Rep Ethereum. So for the Rep ETH, it will also be deposited into your wallet. But let's say for whitelist and NFTs itself, or even the Jira tokens, you'll receive like kind of like an IOU. So the NFT would be sent to your wallet, and then you'll use that particular NFT to claim from us in Discord.
Okay, cool. Is the NFT a reward directly from the island, or is it like a raffle after the island expires?
So we'll be showing up the different prizes available in the in the particular island. So it's less of a raffle because um the hunt can end on different timing for different player. So let's say you are the first person that sent the bear on hunt, and you actually got the reward first, and then you will be the one that received that particular NFT. So if we declare that there will be three Dreamland Genesis to be found, you'll be the first to redeem, and then someone would redeem the second one and the third one, and then what for the smaller value NFTs, they would be replaced immediately. But let's say for the grand prize and even Gojira Gen 2, it could be every 3 weeks or every month, so that we make sure that it's sustainable. Otherwise, it's going to um,
Of course.
burn through our funding pretty quickly.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Um, can someone win it directly? Like, can someone just get, really lucky, like on the first try and just win it immediately? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
that's possible. So the first grand prize that was won, I think it was on his first try. So he, he didn't own many bears. So he had actually, like, if I'm not wrong, like just four bears. So three bears was staked and one bear was used for the hunt.
The hunt,
So he
yeah.
got pretty lucky.
Wow, that's awesome for him.
Yeah, man.
So
That
do
was
you
at
want
1.7.
you want to talk about? I don't know if you kind of went into it, but the strategies, because I'm looking at that part of the deck that you sent me, and it's kind of interesting. And can you elaborate a little more on the different strategy examples?
Yeah. So let's say if you are holding a Genesis Heartbreak Bear right now, like I mentioned earlier on, they can be your hunters. Sorry. They can be your hunters while you have the Gentos used as the stakers. But let's say if you're someone that's holding only two bears, for example, you could work your way up through the smaller islands. Let's say the training ground, right? It costs like 500 coins for you to send the bear on hunt. It's on a 12-hour basis, and you would be using that opportunity to farm up tokens from these smaller islands, and then moving on to let's say the grand prize. If you're a whale, for example, you could be definitely aiming for the all the grand prize, right? So you could be staking all your bears, and the moment a grand prize is being released, you send all your bears out on hunt to maximize your chance of getting the reward. So one thing that we have done is, we want to make sure that we can burn the tokens efficiently, right? So in terms of hunting, there is two methods of hunt. The first would be your normal hunt, and the other one would be express hunt. So the express hunt is where you actually pay double the tokens, but half the time. So the RNG works when you end the hunt, right? When you execute the transaction for end hunt, it basically does a RNG and to see whether you actually receive what kind of reward. So that's how certain strategy can work. Or you could be not eyeing for the grand prize, right? Because of course the grand prize RNG would be lower. You could be hunting for the smaller value NFTs, like such as like our own Heartbreak Bear, or even the Genesis Dreamland Genesis NFTs, because I mean they still are worth money, right? At the end of the day, like 0.06, and that could be a strategy that people could be employing on.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so definitely, our Genesis collection right now is so we are like 0.06. I mean, we don't have like great volume in terms of what has been done for our project, because we were pretty unknown only until recently. And I think it's a great way for people to get a chance to participate aggressively in our ecosystem. And yeah, for those that are holding two Genesis, they also get a free mint for the Gen 2. And if you own four, you get a free mint plus the whitelist as well. But I think we have like quite a lot of whitelists to give out to the Gojira Gen 2 site as well. So I hope that you guys who are attending would have the chance to get a whitelist. Yeah.
For sure. So someone in chat was asking about it. Maybe it wasn't very clear, but they were just curious about, basically about the whole, the Gajira Island, and then you have collab islands, and that collab islands. Just to clarify this, I know you went over it, but the collab islands, you're gonna have other projects that are gonna be involved that are gonna have other exclusive islands like the Jira one, or is it just gonna be like a collab island that's gonna like rotate to different projects that are collabing with you guys, or is it? Or they're going to be like multiple islands for, say, you do Kaiju Kings or Kongs or whatever, and are you going to have those islands for those specific things that are going to like be a lot like the Gajira Island, or is it going to be kind of different where they are on a rotation?
Yep. So for Gojira, it's kind of like a long-term basis, right? We will definitely have both. So in terms of collaboration island, it could be a short-term one, like let's say 3 weeks to a month. But we will definitely be trying to work with other projects on a long-term basis, so that it builds up the benefit for our community, and then that way that would include more projects into our ecosystem while adding more utility to their project as well. And I think he mentioned that Gojira that works using Jira tokens, right? So on that aspect, no, you are actually burning Heartbreak coins to send the bear on hunt, but the Gojira Island gives out Jira tokens to the hunters or to the community members.
Right. So it pays you in the Jira token instead of paying you in the Heartbreak coin, right?
Yeah. So definitely, it's something that we can play around in terms of what we can implement. We're definitely trying to conceptualize more methods, but I think all those would be developed in the future, because it takes time to do what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
For sure.
And yeah, and I think in terms of what we have for artwork, so I think this is something that not many people know, but our artist is someone that has you guys know Imaginary Ones, right?
Hmm.
So Imaginary Ones is from Singapore as well. The founder of Ion, is actually from this company called Offset, and our artist used to be one of the art director in this company. Similarly, the other side, TOS, their founder was also a um, art director in Offset as well. So like all 3D project, all three 3D projects actually came from the same root.
Wow, that's
But
very
in
cool.
terms, yeah, yeah, in terms of the artwork, right? We kind of differentiated um the Gen 2 normal bears. So the one in the 6699 supply differently in terms of artwork. So this is something that it's like for the normal bears, it's still pretty cute looking in terms of what we've done. But when you upgrade it, right, it can look something like that. So it's a way to differentiate the kind of artwork that we are doing. It definitely looks like something that's out for revenge. That's why we call it a revenger bear.
Hmm.
And why we have gone with 3D is because it's not so much of the 3D hype, right? But more of what we have for in the future. So we have actually started to kind of print the mold or the bears itself out as a collectible. And we are still going through the whole testing process to make sure that the quality is there and the factory is able to produce in large quantities. Yep. And finally, coming down to the mean price, right? I think people have definitely been scarred by 3D artwork. So our 3D artwork is, I would say, definitely different from what other people are doing. And our min price for whitelisters is actually at 0.045. So we are definitely not a cash grab. For public is at 0.049. So I think it's at a very affordable range, and it's at a price point that allows us to have a proper runway in terms of building a brand, building a company behind what we have.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I think that one of those things that you kind of touched on, not being a cash grab, and a lot of projects out there, even if they're not a cash grab, sometimes they're still just kind of greedy, and that it's a very big turnoff. And I think that could kill a project really easily. But when you show that you're kind of trying to make this reasonably priced, and you want everyone to try to get a chance to be involved, I think that that's really healthy for the project. Once again, really healthy for the space, and it just shows a lot about the character and the what you guys are trying to accomplish. You're trying to like get something really cool and innovative going, and you're also trying to onboard people on there, and like I definitely respect and appreciate them.
Yeah, man, thank you so much for that. Yeah, because I think for me and my co-founder, we come from an entrepreneur um or a business background, right? We own a media production firm and a marketing firm in Singapore. So we definitely did our numbers wise in terms of how are we going to push our project forward, how are we going to push this brand forward as we build for the long term, right? I think for us, we have been here for about near 7 months 7 months. And it's been, I would say, a fulfilling journey, but also something that's difficult because we haven't been able to gain the eyeballs that we wanted to get from the very get go. But in terms of our community, they really trusted us. In fact, when we couldn't mint out, there was zero FUD going on. Like everyone was encouraging us, like, you know what, no worries. We believe in you guys. And I think that's what kept us going and moving forward. And yeah, eventually, things took a turn with Black Pyramid. They helped us, and we eventually minted out. And at one point, our floor price was at 0.009, and things definitely changed. People started to see what kind of value we're providing. I mean, we're fully docs. We've met up with our community members like I think over 20 times, or even some of them like 30 times in Singapore for supper and for dinner and stuff like that. So we are full time in this, like fully invested, and we've got definitely much more things going on uh, for the brand itself. That's something that I would love to announce, but I can't right now. But I think you guys would definitely, or at least the ones in the Genesis chat would be aware of. It's going to be pretty exciting, and I think it's just nice when you guys are coming over. I'll have more information for you guys. And yeah, something that I also wanted to touch upon is in terms of what Heartbreak Bear is, right? We have been very supportive of projects out there in the past because even though we are small, but in terms of development wise, our developer Joseph is someone that's very capable. In fact, the one that he was involved in the team that actually helped to launch the first um, Australia stable coin that's backed by a bank, which is ANZ. So I believe that there's not much uh, developers that can actually say that they help the bank to launch their whole token and their whole system behind their stable coin. So that's something that's pretty cool. And you guys have heard of Souls.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
yep. Yeah, so Souls actually did face certain issues with their contract as well. They couldn't reveal due to certain issues on the development. And me and my developer, we actually stepped up and helped to migrate the entire collection within less than 24 hours. And Souls at one point they were at like 150K in their Discord, while at that point we were like at 3-4K. So even though we were small, but I think in terms of what we are doing, um, it's definitely things on a better level or higher level.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking what I'm seeing, obviously the ties to the Gajira community and, just with the token, token generation, Jira token, there's cool prizes, it's like definitely more than just a staking game, you actually have to, there's strategy behind it. You guys are a fully doxed team, and you guys are all like full-time working on this, have some really cool ties to, bigger projects, with your Gen 2 artist and all that good stuff. And like you were saying, is that you guys kind of had trouble minting at the beginning, but like in my opinion, that doesn't necessarily mean anything wrong with the project. It's because you guys spent more time on building a really good project and putting your heart and soul into it instead of just like dumping a bunch of money into trying to get marketing and all this like fake hype and all that stuff that really doesn't last very long time. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing and really appreciate you coming out here and speaking with us. And if there's anything else that you'd like to, drop before we hop off here, I've been trying to ask questions as we go. I kind of like that style of AMA a little more instead of just saving everything till the end. I kind of ask questions when we get to certain points, and you've been answering just, very, you seem very, very knowledgeable with your answers, and I appreciate that. So if you want to add anything else, any cool alpha, any cool things that might benefit the Jira fam or anything like that, go ahead and feel free. This is your platform. I want you to have the opportunity to, get it all the juicy, good details out there and convince us that we want to mint.
Thank you so much, man. I mean, we also appreciate that we are given the opportunity to do this AMA. In terms of alpha right now, I think you guys know the value of what Gen 2 is at this point and in the future as well in terms of tokens and stuff. So I think being a holder of Genesis, there's definitely much more value that we can provide, and it's going to play a very big part in terms of the hunt. And yeah, we will definitely be pushing forward in terms of getting more projects on board on what we are doing. And we are definitely trying to also integrate well with the real world stuff. And I think that's where our expertise come in, right? Funny story, right? Me and my co-founder, we've like helped certain of our clients to generate like 6, 7 figures in their revenue in a year. And when we stepped into the NFT scene, we were like, you know what? You guys are marketing expert, right? We'll definitely be able to do well. And the truth is that we fell really flat on our face. And a lot of times, a lot of projects have they couldn't mint out, and then eventually they kind of like slow rug or like they couldn't push on, right? It's so that the space is so demanding. There's burnout and stuff like that. And if we were able to push through for that matter, I hope that people would see what we're capable of to continue bringing value to the project. And um, we're definitely not gonna launch like a Gen 3, Gen 4 in the future because that's not gonna be sustainable. And what we are doing with part of our funding is to actually build a development team as well. So me and my developer, we are actually working with quite a couple of projects, I would say, smaller base projects. But for example, Black Pyramid, right? We're actually helping them out with their contract. There's another project called Shindo, working with them as well. So this and part of these funds that we raise from there is actually allocated back into our community vault, and this vault would actually help to you know provide more value to our holders, similar to what we have seen in Gojira's vault, right? But I think we wanted to do it in a way where it's kind of like funds to help kickstart a project or like to support a particular project that that's providing real value in this whole entire space. So yeah, man, we are here for the long run. Don't 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 ignore the Genesis collection because that's where it's going to have the greatest value. And yeah, we'll keep building and doing what we have been doing all the way.
Awesome. And just to clarify with everyone, the season two mint will for the whitelist mint is May 5th. The public is going to be May 6th. The whitelist mint price is 0.045. The public mint is 0.049. Just so that everyone knows, because it's definitely always a question. Just kind of get that little good stuff out of the way. But yeah, it's been a pleasure hearing all about this, seeing the cool art, seeing the cool scavenger hunt, the all the different little kind of game mechanics that you got going on, the strategy, and I really do like that because some projects are just basically steak and chill, to for lack of a better
Yeah.
term, and this one kind of has a little an extra layer of gamification, and that's gonna be really good for your project and to keep people interested because as we all know once people kind of get bored or whatnot, that's when they want to sell their sell their NFT, and then they're kind of out, and you definitely want to try to make sure that people are still like really engaged and all about it. And it seems like you guys have something really cool, and I look forward to your mint, and really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come out here and educating all the Jira fam, especially since, a lot of us are Genesis holders, and I'm sure Gen 2 holders are going to be having a very good chance to getting a whitelist for some giveaways and whatnot. And yeah, it's really cool stuff, man. Thank you so much, Revelation. I really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I appreciate it too, and I appreciate those that are listening right now. Yeah, hope to see you guys in our community as well, and I'll see you on the main date as well.
For sure. Any quick last questions before we let him go? And then if not, then yeah, we'll wrap it up and got this recording. I'll definitely send you a copy of it so that you can do just send it in your server and whatnot, and you can even if you want to post it on Twitter or whatnot and all that stuff during the entire YouTube the video recording that I've been doing. I've been going through your slides and showing stuff like on the website and all that good stuff. So it's definitely really cool.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Once again, thank you so much, and thank you everybody of the Jira fam and non-Jira fam that have come out here and is supporting a really cool up and coming project that has a cool season one and then has a really cool season two and some innovative stuff with a fully doxed team. You gotta love to see that. So thank you.
Thank you so much.